From high atop Healthcare Hill in Central Maryland, this is BSN Headline News. Today's top story is Bon Secours St. Francis Downtown in Greenville, South Carolina is named Leapfrog Top Hospital for the second year in a row. On December the 1st, 2010, the Leapfrog Group announced that St. Francis Downtown was one of the 65 national top hospitals and the only one in South Carolina for achieving high-level standards of safety, quality, and efficiency most relevant to consumers and purchasers of care. This is the second year that St. Francis has received this honor. According to Mark Nance, CEO of Bon Secours St. Francis, this is a distinct honor. Receiving this level of national recognition for our quality and efficiency reflects that our physicians and our staff at every level have set the highest goals for quality of care, and their results are outstanding. The Leapfrog Group is a coalition of public and private purchasers of employee health coverage founded a decade ago to work for improvements in healthcare safety, quality, and affordability. Initially organized by the Business Roundtable, it is now an independent organization working with a broad range of partners, including hospitals and insurers. The Leapfrog Hospital Survey is the only voluntary effort of its kind. The survey, which launched in 2001, focuses on 4 critical areas of patient safety: the use of computer physician order entry to prevent medication errors, standards for doing high-risk procedures such as heart surgery, protocols and policies to reduce medical errors and other safe practices recommended by the National Quality Forum, and adequate nurse and physician staffing. In addition, hospitals are measured on their progress in preventing infections and other hospital-acquired conditions and adopting policies on the handling of serious medical errors, among other things. Please join us in congratulating the employees of Bon Secours St. Francis Downtown for this prestigious recognition. In other news, one of the 6 calls of Bon Secours Ministries reads, "A strong focus on the development of competent and confident healthcare ministers, steeped in the richness of Catholic social teaching and the heritage of Bon Secours." Today, we'd like to talk a little bit about this call to develop competent and confident healthcare ministers, and one of the ways Bon Secours is achieving that call. Now, you may have heard of the term facilitative leadership, but what does that mean? Well, we decided to ask the question of Helen Young, leadership trainer, training designer, who recently became a master trainer for facilitative leadership. Here's Helen.
I'm Helen Young. I work for the Bon Secours Institute, and my official title is Learning Designer and Leadership Trainer.
How long have you been doing that?
I'll be coming up on my 3-year anniversary in February.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I understand there's something else we have to congratulate you about.
Yeah.
You recently received some sort of a certification. Tell me, what is the name of the certification?
It's for facilitative leadership, and it's the Master Trainer of Facilitative Leadership.
Give me the nickel definition.
Well, it's not the flavor of the month. I wouldn't say that of a leadership training. A lot of times people think, oh, this is the latest thing they're throwing at them. This isn't a Dilbert kind of world we're living in here. It has been researched for over 20 years, and it's used worldwide. And basically, it's a 3-day course that looks at 7 practices. And we focus on many different tools, about 30 different tools in those practices. They're very practical. So we look at how you get results, how you get people participating in decision making, how you reach decisions, how you coach, how you motivate. And they're very hands-on tools. So by the time you leave the class, you've learned the principles, you've learned the tools, and you've actually done some work within the class on all those principles.
We also caught up with Michael Milano, Director of Learning and Organization Development, to talk a little bit about facilitative leadership at BSN. Here's what Michael had to say.
I'm Michael Milano, and I'm the Director of Leadership and Organizational Development for Bon Secours Health System. Facilitative leadership is a set of practices that help you and me and other leaders in the organization strategically engage people in the work of the health system. Those of us who are leaders, most of us got to be leaders because we're experts in our field. And then we find we're a supervisor, a manager, a director, and we need this whole other set of skills because we're no longer doing the work alone. Our work is to engage other people. So giving people tools to do that feels vitally important. And then facilitative leadership happens to present practices that are highly aligned with Bishi's charism and with our values. Well, when facilitative leadership started here, because there is this interplay of the individual gifts and what the organization's trying to do, we had one guy, Ken Cecil, who was on Rick Vanessa's team, who was champion part-time. And then I came in and took it on for a while, and then we got this great gift of Eileen. So we went from this wonderful, intense training program to this really robust program that you hear all over the organization now. And you're right, it's Helen's the person who will bring it to the next level.
Facilitative leadership, a discipline to be sure, but more and more being built into the fabric and culture of Bon Secours with a strong focus on developing competent and confident healthcare ministers. Finally, have you ever wondered how countries other than the United States celebrate Christmas? Well, we did. So we did some research and were a bit surprised to learn what we did. For instance, in France, Christmas is called Noel. And while many of us have heard of Noel, did you know that Father Christmas is known as Pierre Noel? Christmas trees in France are decorated with red ribbons and candles. Fir trees are also lighted on Christmas. The French gather together and feast on meat and fine wine similar to the U.S., but French children put their shoes and boots in the hearth for Santa instead of hanging their stockings by the chimney with care. And nearly every family in France sets up a nativity scene at home. In Spain, it's Feliz Navidad, or Merry Christmas for the English-speaking population. Spanish Christmas is very much religious in spirit and celebration, and since the Virgin Mary is the country's patron saint, the Spanish observe a pious Christmas festival. In Spain, Christmas officially begins on December the 8th, the day of the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. And each year, the Spanish celebrate Christmas in front of Seville's Gothic Cathedral with a ceremony known as Los Seis, or the Dance of Six. It is England that holds the claim to the origin of hanging stockings on Christmas. In England, it is believed that Father Christmas, not Santa Claus, once dropped some gold coins while coming down a chimney, and the coins landed on one stocking hanging out to dry. German tradition celebrates St. Nicholas Day on December the 6th. St. Nicholas Day is primarily reserved for children to have fun and receive gifts, with the actual gift giving taking place on Christmas Eve night. Gifts are usually kept under the Christmas tree, similar to the U.S., and the traditional Christmas meal is roast goose. In Germany, Merry Christmas is Fröhliche Weihnachten. And here's one you might not be familiar with. Christmas celebrations in India started with the colonization of the Europeans, and now it is one of the most loved festivals in the country, with Christmas lights glittering on the streets and the markets. Christmas trees adorning houses and churches, songs and carols float through the winter air. In short, India, during Christmas, is nothing less than a wonderland, which is why people from across the world flock to India during the winter to celebrate Christmas. But however you celebrate the holidays, and there are many diverse traditions, we here at BSN Headline News want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Well, that's it for this week. Be sure to tune in next week when we'll bring you the abridged History of Christmas. I'm Dave Schlachter. Thanks for joining us. BSN Headline News is a production of Bon Secours Productions and is solely responsible for its content.